Welcome to Objectively Wrong. To start this episode, I'm going to order my dinner. I'm ordering a chicken, a rotisserie chicken, because that seems to be the most Philadelphian thing in the world right now. But I'm just going to eat a rotisserie chicken. I've done that almost every time we shot this show now, this season, and damn it, I'm doing it again. As always, I'm John. That's Teen. I don't think I said that part yet. I don't know if I did. I got chicken fever. Which sounds like that sounds like a disease from the 1300s. Yeah. You got the chicken fever. Solve it with cocaine. They used to say solve it. They didn't know it was cures. They thought it was a problem. So it's like, I'm going to solve this disease with drugs. Hard drugs. Anyway, Teen's going to do most of this episode himself. Not himself, but he's going to front. Because while the Eagles lost, and I should be upset about it, I'm not. But while the Raiders lost, and if Teen should be upset about it, he is.
No, I actively rooted for it.
Yeah, the problems with the Raiders are so catastrophic that I think we need to discuss them. So That's most of this episode. Couple things of housekeeping first, though. We're actually going to start the day with game picks.
Yeah, get the fun out of the way.
Get the good part out of the way. And if you guys want to go, please don't. But if you want to...
Do you want to hear the good part? We differed on 5 games, okay?
Yeah.
The entirety of last week. You want to know what my record in those 5 games were?
Were you 5-0?
No, I was 0-5.
You lost them all? Let's go! So I made up 5 games on you again?
You're 5 games ahead, yeah.
No, I'm more than 5 because we didn't enter last week tied.
Oh, then I'm
like deferred. 6 or 7 ahead.
Okay, well, the math says you're 5 ahead of me.
Let's put it this way. You looked bad last week. All right, good. Did I pick the Colts?
No.
There's no way I picked the
Colts. No, you didn't pick the Colts.
You didn't either.
No, of course not.
And we didn't pick the Colts. Come on.
No, who the fuck would pick Jeff Saturday to win a football game?
We probably should have. So, joke's on us. We're the idiots. But you already knew that. So, you know what's funny? I listen. So what's funny about me being a podcast is I don't listen to that many podcasts.
Oh, I've stopped because of this football season.
So have you listened to Jason and Travis Kelce's podcast ever?
No, I have not listened to a podcast since the season started.
So I will tell you when the season ends, give it a look because it's actually it's a decent podcast. The two of them are pretty entertaining. They're obviously, I mean, I'm a little biased. One of them's an Eagle. But they are pretty entertaining.
And the other one is Satan dressed in red ketchup-flavored uniforms.
He's a hell of a tight end. Can't even argue
best goddamn tight end in the league.
Best goddamn tight end in the league. Speaking of one of the best goddamn tight ends in the league, Dallas Goedert out minimum 4 weeks with a shoulder thing. I'm furious.
That was always going to happen.
On a face masking play that I guess the 3 blind mice never saw.
Dude, everything I touch dies. I had Goddard on my fantasy team.
It's true, you did. He might be back, but it's not for at least 4. He did get IR. So anyway, second thing the housekeeping we had to do. Next week is Thanksgiving week. First of all, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. But the reason I'm saying it now is because we're going to take next week off. A lot of logistics. People moving every which way. Teen's going home. I'm going home. We don't live near our parents. So we're going to go spend some time with our families. And we'll be back the week after. But as far as everything goes now, we're just not going to make a prediction for next week. We're just going to let that sit. We could have made Thanksgiving game predictions, but who gives a crap?
I'm not watching.
Detroit's going to lose.
I refuse to watch football on Thanksgiving this year.
Oh, I'm watching.
I have nothing to be thankful for.
How are you not going to watch?
I'm not going to watch. I will put on golf before I put on football.
Golf on TV can be good.
Fuck you.
As an avid former golf watcher, it was some of the most fun. I got to be honest. Watching Tiger Woods on a Sunday in a closed tournament was the best thing in the world to watch. So cool. So much fun. Anyway.
I'll also never eat at a P.F. Chang's or a Hooters again.
I'm still ordering. Okay, that second one better not be true. Because Hooters, wings, not a sponsor. and also not gross. Forget the whole. If the Hooters women wore straight up trash bags, I would still say it. The wings are actually not bad. The wings are good. I don't think you like them that much.
I don't.
You prefer B-dubs.
I don't even like Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, I know.
Yeah.
What is your go-to wing? Because I know you don't love the.
I don't have a go-to wing.
You would Wingstop?
Yeah, they're not that great.
I don't think I've ever. I think I've had Wingstop one time with you.
They're really popular now. I don't know why.
Gotta find you a wing. Gotta find you a good wing. Anyway, let's. I guess we'll get the game picks out of the way, but I still gotta order a chicken.
All right.
I'm still searching for my chicken.
All right. While he orders a chicken, I will tell you what's happening this episode. It's going to be a long episode to make up for the fact that there will be no Thanksgiving episode.
Some kind of long.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
But if I have to sit,
I don't say hi to Chris enough.
If I have to sit
hi,
here
Chris.
And talk about the Raiders,
how are you?
You are gonna have to sit here and talk. Do you know when the Raiders are good? She like messages me. It's like, hey, sports ball, go team.
Yeah, Ryder's not the biggest NFL fan, but that's okay. She does damn good work. Who just texted me?
The chicken, John.
The chicken texted me. The chicken man.
So we're gonna go through all the games. And
there's pudding. I kind of want pudding.
John, please.
It's like the opposite of chicken. Have you not eaten dinner yet?
No, I got some Southern barbecue and it's currently sitting in the fridge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, go ahead. Oh, we're doing games first.
Okay, we will do games. And then after that, we're gonna talk about the Raiders.
Yay!
I've kind of told everyone else in my life to stop talking to me about football.
Yeah, but he has to talk to me. He's contractually obligated to talk to me about it.
And that's not a good thing when you're the football guy.
By the way, you're kind of not contractually obligated. We don't have a contract to each other. We probably should.
We probably should.
We don't.
I would have to stop threatening to like skip.
Yeah, that's true. And Tina's threatened twice this year to just not do the episode, and I'm like, you have to do the episode. Like, you can't just not because of the you can't not. Like, we have to do it.
We are skipping Thanksgiving, and it's a subtly veiled reason that I'm finally getting the episode that I was meant to skip.
He's getting an opportunity to skip an episode.
Yeah, because the Raiders played Denver this week, and
he's practically he's worked a vacation into this.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
So we're gonna talk through 4 scenarios about this next Raiders offseason. And in every scenario, Josh McDaniel will remain coach.
I am prepared, by the way.
Yeah.
If you don't discuss it at any point during the episode, because I have not looked at your script on this. I don't know what you're going to bring up. But on my drive into work today, I thought about, you mentioned the Raiders.
Yeah.
And I was like, I started thinking about some concoctions in my own brain.
Did you start looking at the defense? Because I'll bring up the defense.
No, you can bring it up all you want. But there is something I thought about.
Bro, if you have the exact same wild card as me, I am going to throw a fit.
I'm going to write it down. I don't think you do. I'd be shocked if you did. Because I don't think any Raider fan would be able to bring themselves to the idea that I have.
Okay, then it's probably not the same wild card.
I just don't. Hold on. That's correct. It's stupid that that's correct, but it is. Yeah. So let's do the game picks first. First game on the schedule is that was more your cue, but also it's Qatar and Ecuador.
Yeah, we're watching the World Cup. We're super excited for it.
Teens watching the World Cup. I'm not that excited. I'm American. American.
Listen, everybody.
I actually watch more soccer than the normal American, but I just don't personally care that much for it. I cared more in college. I cared way more in college.
Let me explain my current sports year, shall we? Raiders. Ha.
Raiders.
I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan. You know what that means? Inconsistency. Ha!
The 99% of you that don't know what that means, good on you.
Premier League. It's soccer.
Nobody knows what that is.
If you like
Most
esports,
people know what that is.
If you like esports, I'm a Cloud9 fan. It didn't end well, did it? Did not end well, did it?
That I actually don't know anything about. As a gamer, I still don't have a clue what that means.
The first time I actively, gave as much possible of a damn for baseball as I have, which just means following the scores. The Phillies lost.
Ebteen's an adopted Phillies fan. Well, Ebteen understands that the best thing in baseball is home runs, and Phillies make ball go boom.
I tried giving hockey a chance. Las Vegas.
The Golden Knights are the most reviled team in the sport. By the way, 10-game winning streak for the Devils. 10. Okay. There are only 82 games in the season. They've won 10 in a row. This was not supposed to happen.
Growing up, I was a basketball fan, and I liked the Lakers. Damn. In college, I was supporting the Golden State Warriors because I like 3-point shooting.
Meh.
How are they doing? I don't know.
They're meh.
They're meh. Okay. Oh, you want to? Okay, the funniest part about like my love affair with basketball. You know who like I was trying to like because I like the Lakers because Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. You know who was the player I designated that the Lakers drafted to be like, okay, this is now back into basketball?
Who?
D'Angelo Russell.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Doesn't he play with like nobody now? He plays for like the Timberwolves or something.
Yeah,
he's in Minnesota.
I still check in on
He's still only 26.
I still check in on the guy, dude.
Golly. He's still only 26.
I mean, what other sports? Oh, so all this is getting to is the World Cup is this year. I've had a terrible year.
He's about to have a worse one.
I deserve a win. I've earned a win, John.
And team deserves nothing.
And who is in Iran's group? Only England, Wales, and the United States.
So I have to actively root against Ebteen again.
They're going to top the group, John.
No, they're not. Well, then bet on it. Then bet on it.
I want to.
Go ahead.
All right. It's done.
Cool. He's going to lose that bet, guys.
Yeah, it's really not worth it. Soccer betting is not enough money.
No, it's not about not being enough money, Ebteen. We're spoiled in the fact that we do it with parlays.
I know.
That, again, we lose on.
I know.
So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you lose, you're right, it's a little bit of money. But if you win, it's more than you paid. Okay. Listen, you don't bet on it's against my like betting philosophy to bet on soccer.
Oh yeah, there's a saying like in Asia. The referee was given a Pepsi or a Coke. Like that's a thing to say that they've been bribed.
That's like how you would bribe me. That's not how you would bribe like a normal person. If you just handed me a Twinkie, like I don't even like Twinkies, although I have a box of them for some reason. If you just handed me a Twinkie, not a sponsor, and
like, but they are currently in my apartment.
Hey, kill this game. Hey, blow this game. I would be like, all right, I'm not even going to eat the Twinkies. I'm like, well, you tried. All right, fine. Anybody else have anything for me? I'm kidding.
Can you beat a Twinkie? Can you beat a Twinkie?
Who can beat a Twinkie? I want to beat up that. The Twinkie mascot deserves a kick in the nards. Does the Twinkie have nards?
No, John, it doesn't.
I do so much heavy lifting on this show of just pure stupidity.
Let's start.
Next week, I'm going to do an anatomy exam of the Twinkie.
Oh, God.
Let's do it!
And that's why I'm skipping next week's show.
Ebteen retired. Because I am unhinged.
You know what it'll be? It'll be like you bring out the Twinkie, and I'm like, okay, John, but what is a Twinkie? To a Hostess cup.
You know what's great?
What?
You know the timer I'm supposed to set before this episode?
You haven't set it yet?
Didn't.
Yeah, I mean, why? Nice. We haven't started the episode yet.
I mean, we kind of haven't.
All right.
Let's go to game picks. We've done enough vamping.
Tennessee at Green Bay. Green Bay is there.
Titans.
Yeah.
Titans. Thanks for beating Dallas, Green Bay, but Titans. Titans haven't lost it yet. They haven't quite lost it yet. They don't have anybody to throw the ball to, but they haven't lost it yet.
Chicago at Atlanta.
Who cares?
You get to go first.
By the way, you know what's funny? The Chicago Bears this weekend are in danger of being the first team. This is mathematically true. The Chicago Bears are in this weekend in danger of being the first team eliminated from being able to win their division.
Okay.
If Chicago loses,
I'm just going to turn to the corner and look at Mark Davis slurping up some noodles and say, so you're saying there's a chance?
Right. If the Bears lose this weekend and the Vikings win, the Bears are mathematically eliminated from winning the division.
Well, that's not going to happen because Chicago's going to win.
Who are they playing again?
Atlanta.
Yeah, they probably are. Go Atlanta.
All right.
I'm picking Atlanta.
Philadelphia at the Jeff Saturdays, the current best coach in the NFL.
I'm going to say one quick thing about the Birds.
Okay.
The Eagles, the past 2 weeks, have played their 2 worst games of the season, back to back. That's not good. That's actually a bad omen. And yes, the Eagles definitely looked like a human team on Monday night. I'm not going to sit here and blame the officiating. Yes, it was bad. I'm not going to tell you it was good. It was horrible. And yes, some calls were death knells in that game. But Quez Watkins has tucked the ball. Jalen Hurts, it was a great throw, but you still probably shouldn't throw that ball. I don't. And defense, Fletcher Cox, for God's sake, take off the invisibility cloak and do anything. Do something. The Eagles are missing Jordan Davis in a very big way right now. They're missing Jordan Davis. And I didn't think they would miss him that much, but Jesus God, are they? It tells me how good that guy is, which is cool. I mean, we knew he was good. It tells us how good that guy is. By the way, a relook at our rookie class for defense. Guess who's leading all rookies in sacks?
Is it Trayvon Walker?
It's Aiden.
Oh, good.
Aiden's got 5.5
because it was bad news.
How many do you think Walker's got?
I'm going to say 2.
You're right.
Yeah.
2.5.
I think he got 2 of them against
I think it was week 1.
No,
week 1 or 2.
Okay, he definitely got one of them against me.
I think Jaquan Brisker has more sacks than he does.
Yeah.
Brisker's a safety.
It was a bad pick. Everyone knew it was a bad pick.
It's not a bad pick. It's just not the pick that should go on first. Still a first-round player. It's not first overall. Anyway, my point with the Eagles is I'm not sounding the alarm bell yet. They're still well put together. The team's fine. Dallas Goedert's missing some weeks. That's going to hurt bad. Jack Stoll and Grant Calcaterra probably not enough to recover at tight end. But it's all good. You're 8-1. You do have a cushion. Yeah, the Vikings are also 8-1.
Yeah, and the Giants are 7-2.
Yeah, please. I'm not even going to bother.
The Giants are 1 game out of the NFC.
I am not entertaining that. Yeah, I don't.
7-2, and I'm 2-7.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to value that. Brian Dable is going to win Coach of the Year. He very well should. And, good on him.
I think Rich Bisaccia should win Coach of the Year.
Rich Bisaccia can't win Coach of the Year because he's actually overseeing the second worst special teams unit in the NFL.
Yep.
The worst is Philly. Jesus God, I can't do nothing on special teams. Bad. I don't know if we're ranked at the bottom. It just feels like we are.
Are you going to go to the Eagles?
I'm picking the Birds. Yeah. I need. There needs to be improvement. The last 3 games, we've allowed 120 yards plus rushing each game. That needs to stop. And you're going to try to do that against Jonathan Taylor. I don't love those odds, but you do need to cut that out because that's becoming a hole. It's becoming pretty obvious.
I'm picking Indy.
You're an idiot.
Why? I root for the Raiders.
What?
I am picking.
What's your logic behind picking Indy?
I am 5 games behind.
You don't have any. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to make sure that we had none.
The New York Jets will play New England.
Yeah, it's a tough one because, again, shocking. New England's outperforming what you thought they would do, aren't they?
No,
they're 5-4.
Okay, I said they were under 500.
They're not under 500.
I know. Like they're not really outperforming.
I'm gonna go with New England, and I'm gonna rationalize it only on coaching,
Going with the
and
Jets.
also the fact that Zach Wilson stinks.
Going with the Jets. Because for some reason, Zach Wilson's the most invisible winning quarterback.
No, the most invisible winning quarterback is Daniel Jones.
No, I think Zach Wilson's probably playing worse.
That might be true.
Washington at Houston. I think we're both going to go with Washington.
I am.
The Taylor Heineke train keeps going.
He's okay. That Dameon Pierce dude's a freak, though. And I couldn't be more wrong.
Los Angeles Rams will play the New Orleans Saints.
Rams, please just keep it together for 1 week. I got the 4th overall pick right now. Please keep it together.
I'm going to go with the Saints.
I'm going with the Rams. No Cooper Kupp, no problem.
Cleveland plays Buffalo. I'm going to go with Buffalo for.
I just want to keep it. I'm gonna. So I'm gonna.
I know what you're gonna say. I'm gonna go with Buffalo is angry.
You know what am I gonna say?
Deshaun Watson.
He's not playing yet.
He's practicing now.
No, he's practicing.
Okay.
That's not what I'm gonna say.
Oh, you're gonna say that elbow is a problem?
I'm picking Cleveland anyway, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
The forecast for the Buffalo Cleveland game is for 2 feet of snow.
Oh, I think Buffalo would be more ready for that than Cleveland.
Running teams win in the snow.
Okay.
Nick Chubb is gonna run for 250 fucking yards.
Okay.
Nick Chubb's gonna erupt.
Maybe I'll win a fantasy week.
I'm calling my shot. This is a risk. I know it's a risk. I'm going to go for it. But I think Cleveland wins that game because they run the ball better than Buffalo does. It's the one thing Buffalo doesn't do especially well is run the football with running backs. And Nyheim Hines is not going to fix that.
How dare you?
He's not.
Carolina at Baltimore. I think we're both going to
I'm picking Baltimore.
Detroit at the New York Giants. Thursday night. Right? I'm assuming this has to be.
I don't think it's Thursday.
Oh wait, no. Thursday night's next. Thursday would be next week.
Yeah. I really hope that it's the Lions, but I am going to pick New York.
I'm also picking New York. The Las Vegas Raiders will play Denver. I take my Fifth Amendment right.
Friend of mine bet me that Denver was going to win out a week and a half ago. Then they lost the first game of that bet. So he owes me a sandwich. I'll pick Denver to win this week, though.
I'm picking the Raiders. I need to catch up.
That's fine.
Also, I don't. Denver's a bad team, guys. They're really hurt on offense. Like really,
they're hurt on offense. Their quarterback's no good. Their coach is worse.
Same. Dallas at Minnesota. I'm gonna go with Minnesota.
It's a tough one. I'm also gonna go Minnesota.
I'm just happy I was right about one team this year, and it was
you were dead right on Minnesota.
Yeah, and I'm just miserable that it was Minnesota I got to be right with, and not the one team that mattered. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
I was very right about the Raiders.
I'm going to go with Cincinnati, John.
Who are they playing?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'll take Cincinnati.
Kansas City will play the Los Angeles Chargers, John.
Yeah, I'll go with Kansas City, but it's one of those games that I'm just not feeling confident in.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. It should be Sunday night, but it won't be.
Literally, I think it did get flexed in.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think anything for Epstein to catch up at this point.
San Francisco, watch me be 10 down next week. San Francisco at Arizona.
San Fran.
I'm going to go with Arizona. I actually was.
Why?
I was going to go with Arizona before this.
Is Kyler going to be back?
Who cares?
You want to pick Colt McCoy to be the Christian McCaffrey-led offense?
Yes.
By the way, a Christian McCaffrey-led offense in which Eli Mitchell still had the most touches.
What I say would happen.
So weird. All right. Well, someone's going to be ahead next week.
Yeah, and it ain't going to be me. I'm just gonna keep hitting those out.
If teams on a race to the bottom.
I am. And by the way, speaking of races to the bottom, it's the Raiders time. The Raiders currently have the second pick in the NFL draft. Who's number one right now?
Number one is Houston, isn't it?
Oh, that sucks. That's probably because we beat Houston.
Although I think Houston only has one win.
Oh, okay. Um, so I brought to you today, all of you
Yeah, it's
who
Houston right now.
have decided to attend my funeral. I have brought you 4 circumstances, 4 situations,
4 scenarios.
4 scenarios. Thank you for stealing my next line.
I honestly, I didn't mean to steal it. I thought you forgot the word for a second. It sounded like you forgot the word. I was just trying to do you a solid. Because you said circumstances first, and I'm like, that's not right. It is in situations of like, all right, a little warmer. But like, just say scenario, dude. It's like when you call the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints Jameis.
I don't do that.
You absolutely do. Jameis Winston is literally what you call him all the time.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead. You got enough.
Well,
problems to deal with.
We're not eating W's here, John.
Now these are fat L's.
Yeah.
Jumbo L's.
So I got 4 situations for you. I will give you the title.
It's still scenarios.
Yeah, I know. I will give you the title to all 4 of them. Okay.
Okay. How do you want to do this? Are you gonna pitch it to me, and am I ranking it? Like, what am I doing?
No. We're just gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Because there is no top. There are only bottoms.
The floor is the ceiling.
I will say, in every single one of these circumstantial scenarios, there are
Killing me.
Josh McDaniels is the head coach.
There is no scenario that you've concocted where Josh McDaniels is not the head coach.
No, because we're trying to have an accurate conversation here.
Fair.
Yeah. We can add the 5th scenario, and we'll start with the 5th scenario. The 5th scenario is what I would do as GM. I would fire Josh McDaniels.
Interesting. An interesting take. Why?
I would put Patrick Graham in a cannon and I would fire
him into the sun.
The fact that he has not been let go is an issue upon itself. Rob Ryan would be a better defensive coordinator, and I know because he's an assistant for me.
Rob Ryan's on your staff?
Yeah, it's one of the Ryan brothers.
Ooh. Is it the one with the white hair?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which one's that? Is that Rob or
the one with the long hair?
Yeah.
It's Rob Ryan.
Okay, I was right then, yeah.
It's the one that's not good.
Yeah.
Rex Ryan is an ass, but a decent. Yeah, but he also went to 2 AFC Championship games as head coach of the Jets. Like he knew how to coach. He was an ass, but he knew how to coach a little.
So the 5th scenario is that entire coaching staff is fired, and Ziegler, I haven't decided yet. Probably fired. Who I would bring in as head coach? I don't know. Some chopped liver, probably do a better job. Who's the popular Los Angeles Ram of the week?
Who's the next guy that used to smell near Sean McVay?
Because it worked for Minnesota, John.
Kind of did.
I would hire somebody young with no coaching experience. That's who I would hire.
Not even no coaching experience.
Just not no coach. I'm not Jeff Saturdaying this shit.
No.
I mean no head coach experience.
The new age of head coach in this league is it was weird. Did a sound just go off in your apartment? Is that you?
Nope.
Did you hear that?
No.
It was weird. Anyway.
Was that John Gruden in your ear?
I don't know what it was. It was weird.
Because he's a better head coach than I've had recently.
Go on now. That's not true, by the way. He was actually worse, and I can tell you why. I'm not going to tell you why yet, but I will tell you why. John Gruden is a worse coach than Josh McDaniels is. Yes. Okay. And as you know, I do not like Josh McDaniels, but I really didn't like John Gruden. Because
who what team do you poach from? The Eagles?
Probably Philly.
Yeah.
Probably you'd have to poach from Philly, or it's not a lot in Minnesota to poach from.
Because it's brand new.
It's brand new. You could
I'm not hiring Eric Bieniemy.
What about Dorsey from Buffalo?
I mean, he's done it before. I want fresh blood.
He hasn't head coached before.
Yeah, he has.
Ken Dorsey?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
You're thinking of John Dorsey, the former general manager. I promise you, Ken Dorsey's never been an NFL head coach. I promise.
Well, I mean, yeah, he looks 13.
Yeah, he's never been an NFL head coach, I assure you. If he has, I was asleep.
He has never been a head coach. Yeah, you're right.
Shocking. You could poach from there. You could poach from Kansas City, but you're looking at probably like Matt Nagy, which is not a good option. Mike Kafka is a popular name floating around.
Yeah, but he's kind of been like the guy in waiting, hasn't he?
A little bit.
Yeah. Not even like to become the next head coach. He's kind of like
No, but he's gonna get interviews. It's not the year to need a coach. I'm not going to tell you.
No.
It's not the year to need a coach.
We're not even discussing it because it's not happening. He is going to.
No, it's probably not happening. Yeah. He's probably staying.
Anyways, let's give you the titles for the next 4 scenarios, and then you can choose which one you want to hear.
Great.
What happens if the Raiders end with a top 5 pick? What happens if they don't? What we would do, assuming we had a top 5 pick and Josh McDaniels is still the head coach. What if we were Ziegler, basically?
Okay.
And then the wild card.
Okay, the wild card's definitely gonna be last.
Okay.
It has to be last.
Okay.
I think we're gonna do them in order of how you said them. Honestly,
all right.
I think that is the best order. What if you have the top 5 pick is the most likely scenario?
Yeah.
So let's start there, and we can have some fun with it.
What would happen if we had the top 5 pick?
By the way, the second option, what if we don't have the top 5 pick? I think that's probably the worst possible scenario for Vegas. If you don't have a pick, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah.
You're so fucked.
Yeah. So what would happen if we had a top 5 pick? This is not us. This is Ziegler and McDaniel.
Think about what we did during the draft season. The day before the draft, we did a predictive mock, but a week before that, we did a what we would do draft. Think about it that way.
They will. Can I just assume it's the number 1 pick, basically?
I would assume 2. Assume 2.
Okay, the obvious answer: Bryce Young or CJ Stroud is drafted.
Whichever one doesn't go number 1.
Yeah. We've watched very little tape. We've watched more than we usually do at this point.
Yep.
The current favorite for both of us is Bryce Young.
Yep.
Carr retires.
Interesting.
Something that people who aren't Raider fans don't really understand is this man has a no trade clause and does not want to play for another team. He has said this hundreds of times. In fact, he is ready to move on. He is more than willing to not play football again if he is told that he's going to be moved on. He will retire and go be the pastor he always wanted to be. But if he's not, he will be traded to a location that he prefers, and it'll be a 2nd round pick, probably nothing higher than that. What else? Darren Waller will be traded for a 2nd round pick. He almost already was to Green Bay this trade deadline. In that 2nd round, because in the 1st round a quarterback was drafted, in that 2nd round, a corner and offensive lineman will be the draft picks.
Can I interject briefly?
Sure.
I don't think Waller's netting you a 2.
Okay.
I think it's a 3 at best. The money's too high. The money's too high. The age is up. He's weirdly old for how long he's played. He was a late entry to the league. He's weirdly old. Contract's very high, and he's showing a lot of wear. So I don't think it's going to be a 2.
Josh Jacobs will be tagged no contract. Yeah,
Ow!
This is predictive.
Ow!
And free agency money will be spent on the defense, but not in the way I would do it.
That's fine.
It will be older vets like J.J. Watt, Robert Quinn, Fletcher Cox. I'm just telling you my prediction.
Fletch is leaving. So
I'm just telling you my prediction.
I'm almost certain Fletcher Cox is not an Eagle next year.
No. I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's leaving.
So those are the
And he's not going to retire yet.
those are the main headlines of the offseason in that situation. You get Bryce Young / CJ Stroud at quarterback. Darren Waller is moved out. The Carr retires / moves out. Josh Jacobs will not get his brand new contract. Instead, he will be tagged for the year. And the free agency will fill the defense with a bunch of old vets, short-term signings.
Okay.
What do you see in that future?
I see the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I see the wrong direction nearly at every turn.
Yeah.
At nearly every turn, I see the wrong direction. I'm gonna hold out on what I wrote down until we discuss the wild card. Okay. Mainly because while it would fit in here as far as having the conversation about it, I actually think the move that I considered is actually the right one. Mm-hmm. It's going to make you very unhappy. I'm just gonna warn you.
Okay.
But I think it would make most Raider fans unhappy, but this is the nature.
Oh, is it Max?
It may involve Max.
Yeah, that's in the wild card. All right. Well,
I think it's a conversation that we have to have.
What would happen if the pick wasn't a top 5 pick?
Go ahead.
This is probably doomsday. Honestly,
this is the worst scenario by far. I don't even need to hear the other two. This is the worst scenario.
The free agency strategy is exactly the same.
I know, and that's why it's bad.
Josh Jacobs is tagged.
That's still horrible.
And he probably will get a contract off that tag.
I know that number is not that bad.
It's not that bad. No, the tag number is really not.
But you don't tag a running back. Like, it's just not, you don't do it. And also, it'll go up.
Darren Waller is not traded at all. And the first pick of that draft will go to the top corner or defensive lineman.
What? So you're outside the top 5, though?
Yeah. In this situation.
Let's take a look real quick at who the current. Let's say you end up. Where do you want to go? 6?
No, because I would go with. Let's go with the T.J. Hawkinson pick. Let's go 7 or 8.
You want to go 7 or 8?
Yeah.
Tankathon's current mock draft: C.J. Stroud 1, Bryce Young 2, Will Anderson 3, Jalen Carter 4, Peter Skoronski 5, Miles Murphy 6. So you want 7 or 8?
Yeah.
7's Will Levis, and 8 is Keely Ringo, corner. 6'2", 205 out of Georgia.
I mean, Georgia's a great school.
But you're missing Anderson and Carter there.
Yeah.
That's where you miss Anderson. Although, let's be honest, if you're in the first 5, you're probably not going to go Anderson and Carter.
Yeah.
You'll probably go quarterback.
It's going to quarterback.
So.
And then what else happens? Will you say, what about quarterback? Missing out on Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, the first round pick is not a quarterback.
Wait.
And there is no quarterback change.
Oh, okay.
Going into the season.
It's actually worse than I thought you were going to say. I was getting ready for Carson's name to pop up. I was getting ready for Carson Wentz to get said. I was don't do. I was in slow motion. No.
So, John, I have given you 2 scenarios.
Yes.
One where you have a rookie quarterback, some short-term gains in free agency, but the team mostly stays the same. And another one where you have a rookie defensive player that'll be highly touted, hopefully. It's not Cleveland Farrell again, who is a free agent. But the team stays the same.
Can I just say, I think the first scenario is wildly better than the second. Okay. But they're both not good. Like, scenario 1 is a C.
Mm-hmm.
Scenario 2 is an F-. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't look good. Like, this might be a minute. Now, I say that, and I will make one comment. Okay. The Eagles a couple years ago had picked number 6 by way of their record. They traded around and ended up with pick 10 and whatever. I get it. But by way of the record, they had picked 6. And this year, they're 8-1. It's been less than 2 full years since that happened. So this is a league where you can turn things around.
But you have to have the right people to do it with.
You need the right people. You need the right ownership, the right management. the Eagles are fortunate. They have one of the best owners and the best GM in the sport. So those two things did obviously help. But what my point in saying is that to Raider fans, not all hope is lost. Yeah, Mark Davis is a jackass, but like he's a terrible owner. But it's doable. It is doable. You just have to check your hubris at the door and fucking think about things before you're just like, boys club. That sounds fun. It's you just need to do the right thing.
Now, are you ready for what I would do?
Bring it.
Ready for what I would do if I was Dave Ziegler?
My body is ready. My body is ready.
Now, this is very like ankle deep. I mean, we didn't have a lot of time. We're very busy in our professional lives.
We are men of industry.
Carr retires. Darren Waller is traded. Bryce Young is drafted. And if he's not available, Will Anderson is drafted.
No, thank you. I don't like that scenario one bit.
Yeah.
I have picked number 4. I am dreaming so big.
Patrick Graham is shot out of a cannon.
For what it's worth, if I end up with Jalen Carter instead, oh no, they're both really good, so I don't really care.
Patrick Graham is shot out of a cannon. I still have to keep what do you call it? I still have to keep Josh
boy.
McDaniel. So I haven't even looked at your roster, by the way.
Whose?
Yours, like your coaching staff. I haven't looked at it.
The Eagle staff?
Yeah. I haven't looked at it.
Steichen and Gannon.
I'm just gonna throw out your linebacker or your corner coach to fill in. I don't care.
Where? My DC?
Defensive coordinator.
I wouldn't take a position coach on my team.
Okay. Well,
I wouldn't. Defensively, I would not.
Listen, I didn't look into the coordinating pool.
Fair enough.
A new one is hired.
Sure.
Probably better.
Probably.
Here are my free agent targets. And you'll notice a very stark difference in age. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Nope.
Devin Bush.
I've got a contract waiting for him. You're not getting him.
I would re-sign Rock Ya-Sin. He's actually been solid.
Yeah. I will tell you the CJ Gardner-Johnson thing, I don't think he's going to hit the market.
Yeah, okay.
If I had to guess, I don't think he's going to hit.
Again, I'm literally just cherry picking the best in my.
I think they're gonna let Bradbury walk before they let CJ walk.
Bradbury's on the list.
That's fine. He's on a 1-year deal as well, so he could walk. He absolutely could walk. I just don't. We traded for CJ. That's tougher to justify letting go of.
Nasir Adderley, who's fallen out of favor on the Chargers a little bit.
If I lose CJ, that's who I want.
I've
liked Nasir since Delaware.
As like my never gonna happen, I put Tremaine Edmonds.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah. But like you realize the building idea is young developing players, right? It's not picking up JJ Watt for his final good year if there'll be one, or Robert Quinn. Like it's
so the first couple of weeks I've seen of Robert Quinn in an Eagles jersey. Okay, he's done.
Yeah.
So he's cooked. Thank God it was only a 4. It was a worthy gamble, but no. That is not a man that had 18 and a half sacks a year ago. I don't know what the hell happened. But no, I agree with you on one thing. I mean, obviously you and I have the same philosophy of if you're bad, go young, not go old just so you can field a team and sell tickets. You need to tear it down before you can build it up. You can't build a building on top of a building. If the foundation is crumbling, you need to pour a new one. So this is not, this isn't Madden. You can't just add players with high overalls and expect to win. This isn't the way it works. I think back to when I was like a young kid. I was playing NHL like 2009 or something. And there was like a really old like Timu Solani and like a really old Yager. And like I had a team of guys over the age of 35. And they were all like name brand guys with high overalls. And I won the first year, and I didn't like win another title for like 11 years of the franchise I built. Because they all left. Like half of them retired, and it was a joke. I think 2 of my defensemen were 40.
Okay.
I think Chris Chelios was still on that team, so maybe it was like when Chelios retired age 47. So this is not. He played forever, but yeah, I mean, he played for.
Did he have to divorce his wife to do it?
Jesus Christ. No comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, is his wife currently on vacation with her MMA instructor?
I can't believe that. First of all, blew my mind that Giselle is an MMA instructor. Whose ass does she have to kick? She's like, I must be ready. She's like, I must be ready. For what? In case Antonio Brown comes around?
No, in case oh fuck. What's his name?
Gronk?
No, he's currently dating Emily Ratajkowski. Skeet.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah, okay.
Don't you dare call him Skeet. Don't you dare. This is not a Kanye. This is not a pro Kanye podcast.
Oh, it's really not, but it's the only
really
one I can think of.
Don't. His name is not Skeet.
I'm extremely in favor, by the way, of Adidas like going to Pete Davidson and just being like,
giving him a shoe deal.
Here's the Yeezy designs. What do you want to call them?
Give Pete a shoe deal for no reason.
Like, are we gonna talk about the next Peaties? Are we gonna
the Peaties?
The Peaties.
Lol.
So yeah, that's I would blow it up. Do you think that's obvious?
Now, blow it up.
Now, you ready for the wild card?
Do it.
Ready for the wild card? You want to know the title? You want to know the title of the wild card?
What?
The Lamar Jackson Experience.
No.
Again, no. I am not in favor.
Tell me the trade.
Max Crosby, 2 1s, and the sprinkles that go on the rest of it.
You're overpaying.
Oh yeah, but I'm just telling you. Oh, and don't forget, you're gonna have to pay him the #1 contract in the NFL.
So there's a few things wrong with that.
No, I'm just telling you. This is the wild card. Like, okay. This is the wild card.
Is there more to this?
Not part of the trade. Oh, no, but I will tell you, this is the one situation. This is the one situation where I have Darren Waller is safe. Isn't that insane?
So, I am sure Lamar Jackson is back in Baltimore.
Yeah,
I am
there's
sure.
No reason for him not to be, guys.
I am sure.
Yeah.
They are going to pay him money.
Yeah, there's literally nothing.
I think what they're waiting for is for the cap to jump, and I think they want to see what the number is.
Okay.
Which I think is backwards. I think they should do it before then.
Yeah, before Lamar Jackson knows the number.
You kind of can't now, so you have to kind of wait it out. Which is fine. You're allowed to do that. They'll probably tag him to protect it and then go from there.
Oh yeah, the you want to hear the full sentence?
Go ahead.
The full sentence is the Ravens tag Lamar. He is then traded for 2 first-round picks, Max Crosby, and etc. And then given the #1 contract in the NFL. Like, that's the full sentence.
So here's the deal. I mean, there's part of that I don't think is a bad idea. Part of it.
You want to hear the rest of it before you talk about it?
Please.
Josh Jacobs is given a completely new contract, no tag. Since you have no early picks in this draft, the rest of the draft is depth and fails to inspire. The defense is still garbage because you can't pay for a free agency class this time.
You can't.
Yeah. So that's the wild card. I don't think it's going to happen.
And you won't be able to for a while.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen, by the way.
So I understand. Here's the deal. The Las Vegas Raiders at this moment in time, have one good football player. One.
Yeah.
And it's Crosby.
Yeah.
Max Crosby is the one good football player on that team.
7 sacks.
There's one football player. Yeah, the team has 10.
Yeah.
The team has 10. He has 7. That means the rest of them have 3. Anyway, here's the point. You have one other player who is a good player in a certain circumstance.
And on a bad team.
And that's Devontae Adams.
Yep.
After that, and then there's Josh Jacobs, who is doing a lot of it himself. Imagine if he had a capable O-line.
I know.
It'd be amazing.
I'm telling you, he's going to Philly.
No, he's not. He's not going to Philly because Howie Roseman will not let that happen.
Can I get like something when it does happen?
mean a hug because I would have upgraded at running back. I mean, there's no.
No, I feel like I earned something from that.
You still owe me. You still owe me 2 dinners. So
Oh, fuck you.
I'll scrub one of the dinners,
I'm
but
sorry.
that's about it.
Do we want to talk about who is going to go through the next 4 years wondering where their best paycheck will be?
I mean, you don't make bets you can't pay. A Lannister always pays his debts.
Which is why I'm a Stark beheaded.
If there's he's beheaded. If there's one thing I've learned from Game of Thrones is that that's not their actual slogan.
It's not. Yeah,
That's not their house motto. It's "Hear me roar."
yeah.
So like I don't like it's so stupid. Like they've never said "Hear me roar," but they keep saying Atlantis always pays his debts. Like no, you don't. You objectively haven't multiple times. I can't think of them right now. Cersei certainly hasn't. She's accruing so much debt. Cersei Lannister has accrued. So I've got 2 episodes left in season 6.
Oh, I cannot wait till you see the ending. Which,
know
by
it's
the
coming.
way, Game of Thrones fans, that season is bad. That ending should not have surprised you.
Season 6?
What?
Season 6?
No, the last season. Isn't the last season 8?
Yeah, I'm not talking about 8.
I know.
I said I have 2 episodes left in 6.
I know.
You said that season is bad.
No, I'm talking about season. No, I said the last season. The last.
Oh, you said that season. Okay. You said the last season.
Yeah,
right.
the last season is bad. The ending should not have surprised you. There's the one part that John's already been spoiled about with
Don't
who
say
wins. Yeah, with who wins. Yeah, that can surprise you. Everything else around it should not have surprised you at all.
I have a feeling I know what's coming, and if I'm wrong, then if I'm wrong, George R. Martin is a great author. If I'm right, that man can't write anything.
Okay.
Or maybe he can. Maybe he can, and they botched it in season 8. I'll have
No,
to
they
wait to see.
definitely botched it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But there have been a lot of things I've been like, this is going to happen. And then 20 seconds later, hey, look, it happened.
Oh,
And
just so you
Allie looks at me, she's like, what? I was like, I've watched a lot of stuff.
No, just so you know, like a lot of Game of Thrones, a TV show, is a reduction of the books. Like a lot of characters are transformed into one character. A lot of things are given to the main cast because a TV show can't encompass a whole world like this, not in the way it was made.
Every time they keep saying, a girl is finally no one, I'm like, no, bitch, you're no one. Shut up. A girl is finally no one. The many-faced god. You're just ripping off skin. What are you... This is a cult. This isn't even a society. You guys are weird. I also don't understand the effects of it, like the visual effects. It's just like it's like gone.
Like you don't know how it happens.
It's like there's like
You don't understand how it happens.
and like it disappears. They're not even holding it anymore. It's just like gone.
So give me your non-Lamar Jackson wild card that you were
So
like,
Crosby's still being traded. I mean, I wrote down Max Crosby traded.
Yeah.
I think that has to happen because not because he's not a good player, but because I think the problem, and this is I'm gonna here's what I'll say, because it's you should already be calling me a hypocrite, but you're not yet, and I'm gonna point it out.
okay.
I'll hypocrisize myself real quick. I laughed my ass off when the Raiders traded away Khalil Mack. I lost it laughing, as did everybody. This feels a little different because that team was young and improving. This team isn't. This team's old. And Hunter Renfrow is, again, not a contributor. This team's not good at much of anything. This is not a good football team. And it's not going to get better without capital, additional resources, and youth.
And time.
Time. It will not improve. This is not the year for it. I wish Max Crosby were a little older because it would easily justify the trade. Max Crosby nets you at least a 1. At least a 1.
Yeah.
The contract is high, but people would pay it. I can tell you right now, you have a buyer in Philly. You would have a buyer in Philadelphia. You would probably have a buyer in New York. You would probably have a buyer in, well, probably not Buffalo. They don't have the money for that. You'd probably have a buyer, almost definitely have a buyer in Minnesota.
Yeah.
You'd be able to figure out that contract. You'd have a buyer among the league's better teams. You'd have buyers. You'd have a buyer in. I have a buyer in Seattle. That's a big buyer, actually. So I don't think. I think what you can get out of it is quantity. In that respect, I'd almost say, and I'm not, again, biased, but if you sent him to a team like Philadelphia, Philly would have to give you more picks to offset the fact that our picks aren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
I know we have pick number 4 right now.
But it wouldn't be for 4.
But would. You'd
it
get
would.
it. You potentially could get it. I think
right now, if you told David Ziegler or whatever his name is, that
I'll give you the 4th overall pick for Max Crosby.
Yeah,
I don't know if he takes it. I think he should.
I think he'd take it.
So if all I got to do is give you a 4th overall for Max Crosby.
No, I'm talking about like of premium capital. There'll be other
4th. If I give you a 4th overall for Crosby, one up. Does he take it?
Just that pick?
Yes.
No.
Interesting.
I don't think so. I think he could get more.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Let's say I win the divisional. Let's say I lose in the conference. I'm not soothsaying. I don't know what happens. Let's say I got picked 27, just for the sake of argument. I have 4 and 27. If I give you 27, a 2, and 2 other future 2s, do you take that or do you take the 4?
Take the 4. You need the 4.
You take the 4.
Yeah.
You got to take the 4. So the problem is this, and this is kind of my problem with the Raiders potentially trading their top-end capital. Their top-end player capital, rather. You need more picks right now rather than high-end picks because you're not ready. And the foundation you have around you that would make you ready for, okay, we need to infuse it with this, and this, you don't have it. The O-line is not good. I don't care how many times people want to tell me Colton Miller is better than I thought he was. True. The O-line's bad.
The rest of the O-line's bad.
You have 4 bad players on it and 1 okay left tackle. He's not elite, and the rest of it's bad. So you don't have an O-line. That's what that means. And I got a running back behind it. When my third best player is my running back and my O-line sucks chunks, that's a problem. Now on defense, Ebteen, I think you have the numbers.
Oh, do you want new numbers?
Now I want the numbers that you showed me or the ones that you wanted to preach.
We talked about numbers last week.
I'm going to bring the one that I found a bit earlier, a couple hours ago. The Raiders this season have allowed a 107.0 passer rating. In how many games you played? 8 or 9? You played 9.
Or 9. Yeah, 9, yeah.
Yeah, you've played 9.
When they're all losses, they kind of melt together.
You're 2-7, right?
I think so.
Okay. So the Raiders have allowed the Raiders. Yeah, you're 2-7.
I don't look at the record anymore.
No, you're 2-7. You're currently 2-7. The Raiders are 2-7. They have allowed 107.0 in 9 games. For context, Patrick Mahomes is the NFL's all-time leader in passer rating with a 105.8. The greatest passer rating in NFL history by one quarterback is less than what the Raiders have allowed this season. Meaning if you play the Raiders this season, you're the best quarterback in the league. The best quarterback ever. If you play the average of all quarterbacks to play the Raiders this season is the best quarterback of all time.
Now you want to list out the quarterbacks that played the Raiders?
Let's take a look. Let's look at the Raiders schedule.
It is.
I got it.
Justin Herbert.
Oh, it's at least a good player.
Mm-hmm. Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Week 3.
You doing this off memory?
Yeah.
Don't.
Okay.
You're gonna hurt yourself. You were right so far,
Russell Wilson?
No. Week 3 was Tannehill.
Okay, I was so close. I was switching between the two of them.
Yeah.
Tannehill.
Week 4 is Denver.
Russell Wilson.
Week 5 is Mahomes.
Kansas City.
Week 6 was a bye.
Week 7 is Trevor Lawrence. No, it's not.
Week 7 is Davis Mills. Week 8 is the New Orleans Saints.
Oh, fuck, man. Andrew Dalton.
Week 9 is Trevor Lawrence.
And then
And
who
week-
was week 10?
And week 10 was Matt Ryan.
Yep.
I need to look up. You beat the Texans,
Yeah.
but I have to see what happened there because you still have a 107 average that you allowed. So I need to see what he did to you.
What did the man do to you?
He threw for 302 yards
Yep.
for 2 scores and a pick.
Yep.
28 for 41. It wasn't even that inflated.
Yep.
All right. Listen, not to mention the fact that 4 players had 45 yards receiving or more.
Yep.
Including Jordan Akins with 68.
That's tight end, right?
Yeah. And Dario Gumbawale, the fullback, at 54. So here's the point. They stink. The defense is on a historic pace. Because they're the worst or one of the top 5 worst in the league in every major defensive category. All of them. There's nothing on defense they do well. They have just over 1 sack a game, and 70% of their season sack total is one guy.
And if you remember from last week, the defensive rankings, I think the highest ever was 24 or 22.
Something like that over the past 7-8 years.
No, the past 10 years, John.
Past 10 years?
Yeah.
Max Crosby is what nets you the most in the market if you were to trade him. Because how old is he? He's what, 27? He's 25.
Mm-hmm.
Max Crosby is 25 years of age, and he's probably one of the 10 best pass rushers in the league, probably top 5.
Yeah, he is this season, if you look at it statistically, at least.
He was a 4th-round steal.
5th round, right?
With a 4th-round steal with let's double-check that contract. I know it's not the best contract in the world. I understand.
No, it's a contract that he deserved.
Well, it's close to 25 a year. It's kind of 23.5 a year is a lot of money. He doesn't have an out until 2025. He's stuck under that contract in 23 and 24. So you are trading for 2 years of control of Max Crosby. Listen, I don't give a shit that Derek Carr wants to be a Raider if I'm the Raiders management. I don't give a shit. I don't care if Max Crosby comes to me and says, I want to be a Raider for my whole career. I don't care. You need to make tough decisions. I understand having leadership in your locker room. I get that. And right now the Raiders have none of it.
Yeah, it's probably literally just Crosby on defense.
It's Crosby. It's all you have. And he's 25. Mike Mayock and John Gruden put this team in the pit. They did. And I understand Josh McDaniels can't coach. I know that. I've known that for years. But this is not – I can't completely put this on him because he was set up foundationally in a really bad spot.
There is a reason he is safe, guys. No matter how bad it's been this year.
It's not entirely on him.
Did you know that the Raiders in this season, right, have been in the following situation 10 times? 4th quarter, 2 minutes left, with a possession to win or tie the football game. They are 0-10 scoring points on those drives. It's not one thing. It's the entire organization.
The Raiders organization is festering from top to bottom. It's corroding. It might be outside of like Washington and I guess Indianapolis, although they did win. It might be the worst run organization. I don't know. Both LA teams look like a mess right now. The Rams look really bad. And obviously Dean Spanos is probably the league's worst owner from a capitalist perspective. But the Raiders are stuck in the mud. And the only saving grace is that at some point Davis will either have to sell the team or the league will take it from him because he doesn't have anyone
or
to
he'll
pass
die.
it to. Well, he doesn't have anyone to pass it to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So Mark Davis isn't a bad guy, but he's a bad owner.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not he does not have a clue right now about this football team. He doesn't have a clue. Josh McDaniels being sick. First of all, Derek Carr standing up at the podium the other day, crying his eyes out, bothered me. Not because of the crying. That's fine. Show emotion. I'm fine with that. But it bothered me what he was talking about, because he basically said that some members of his team don't care.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Fine. Derek Carr, you're a 30-something-year-old NFL veteran quarterback. You do not, with the C on your chest, you do not take to the podium and publicly denounce part of your team. You just said that there are players in your locker room that you think don't give a crap. Okay. Fuck you. Like, if I'm those players, fuck you. I hope none of them are O-linemen. They're going to get you killed. You air that in the locker room. That wasn't even the worst part.
Oh, Josh McDaniels.
Because then Josh McDaniels came up to the podium and just shrugged it off like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. By the way, also, it wasn't just Carr. It was also
no, it wasn't.
It was also Devontae Adams, who probably honestly said more while saying less.
I'm willing to bet Devontae Adams is one of them.
No. From what I can tell, he's, for all intents and purposes, just pissed off at other people more than anything.
Listen, I'd be pissed off too if I went from Green Bay and racking it up to this.
Although, look at Green Bay now.
They beat Dallas in overtime. They beat a 6-2 team in overtime. I don't know. I don't know. Because eventually, if you make too many mistakes, if you make the same mistake over and over and you let it, it's literally the definition of insanity. Of course, that's the cliche to say it that way, but I'll say it a different way. When you make the same thing happen over and over and over, and you botch the coaching search so expertly, and you have a foundation that you refuse to cut down and start anew with, and you just keep plugging away thinking, well, maybe this will work. Maybe this will work. Maybe this. I'm not saying quit trying. I'm saying quit trying this approach.
Oh, we're seeing tanking in person.
So I don't know if it's intentional. That's the problem I have with it. I don't think it's being intended. But what I noticed, I saw it. I give Raider fans a little bit of credit, although I did not get the traction on this that I've had with other tweets. But there were people chastising Josh McDaniels for trying to bring the quote-unquote Patriot way to Vegas. And people then commenting is like, we got to get back to the old Raider way. And I wrote back in there, I was like, the Raider way? The fuck does that entail?
Hasn't been relevant since 2002.
The Raider way hasn't succeeded at anything in 20 years. And all you've done is consistently recycle the same old tire Raider bullshit. Cut the crap. We're watching it out in Pittsburgh. The Steeler way. They suck. The Patriot way. The Raider way. Fuck you. What about the winning way? How about the way that doesn't suck? This isn't working. Why are we pretending? I just heard Oz poke up. When I go high voice, I guess Oz is like, whistle? I don't understand. I do not understand. Some of these teams get stuck in this hubris boys club nonsense that keeps them from being successful. It's the same crap. And I'm saying this to you just as fans of sport. You can't fix this. I can't fix this. We could if they would let us. But it's bananas how it happens so consistently. Perhaps now, MT, you are seeing what I've seen for the last however long we've known each other. And I've told you the same crap over and over about the Raiders. When I've said, what the fuck are they doing? It's led to this. I don't know how you made the playoffs last year. I really don't. I don't have a clue. Historians will be.
Oh, there'll be a 30 for 30.
Listen.
There'll 100% be a 30 for 30.
Again, I reiterate, you cannot at the end of days, when the NFL book is finalized, printed, and shoved in the shelf, Mitchell Trubisky made a Pro Bowl. Like, I can't, that happened too. So weird shit happens in this league. I get it. Rich Bisaccia had the guy's ears. He had guys who were ready to run through a wall for him.
Yep.
Now, that's not always enough, Dan Campbell, but it can help. Josh McDaniels doesn't exude that, that command, that, gravitas to tie a locker room together. He exudes wannabe Matt Patricia, which is not a good thing.
That's not a good thing.
It's not a good thing. It's a really bad thing. Nobody wants to be that. He's just Matt Patricia that can't grow a beard. That's really all it is. I don't know. I'm frustrated for the Raiders.
I'm dead inside.
I know. I wish that they could do anything right.
I mean, I've given up on football for the entire year.
The killer is they can do it right. They just actively choose not to. It's because Mark Davis doesn't. I don't know if Mark Davis doesn't know how to win or doesn't care about winning.
No, Mark Davis cares. He's just clinging on to the idea of Al. And
Daddy's gone. You got to change shit.
Al Davis stopped working after 2002. The Raider way was Al Davis, guys. No, it needs a new owner, which will happen probably in the next 10 years, in my opinion. Either through someone buying him out or an unforeseen, and honestly, it will be a sad day. But he's what? How old is he? He's like 70, 80?
Mark Davis?
Yeah.
You're going to be very unhappy with this.
Oh, it's like 50s?
It's 67.
He's 67.
Yeah, he's not that old.
Yeah, so I think 10 years.
Let's see how old Jeff Lurie is.
I mean, there's a difference. Look at Mark Davis and look at Jeff Lurie and tell me there's.
Lurie's 71.
Okay, but like, look at
Lurie also has a son.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, thank God. Thank God. The Eagles have had so many bad owners in their history. Thank God we don't have to change from this family. This family's amazing.
He's worth $1.9 billion.
Yeah. Jeff Lurie's worth double that. Jeff Lurie's worth 4.4.
Listen, billionaires of the world, you've done nothing for us.
By the Raiders.
You have done nothing except Elon. Elon, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, our Twitter is about to be shut down.
Good.
I will never pay you $8 for Twitter. I will never do it.
Listen, Elon Musk, you can go fuck yourself. Jeffrey Bezos, you can go fuck yourself.
Jeffrey Bezos. No, Jeff Bezos has done good things. I can't.
Shut the fuck.
He has though. No, he has though. That's factual. He has.
This is the most I've cursed in an episode, by the way.
He's done a great deal of philanthropic work. I can't say he hasn't. Bill Gates has done a shitload more, but I can't say that Jeff Bezos is an objectively bad person. We don't like him. I'm not saying I love the guy. I'm just saying I wouldn't hit him. I'm just saying I wouldn't actively hit him with my car.
All the shitty people who are billionaires. One of you do me a favor and just drop $5 billion on this guy.
Fucking team.
just drop the amount of money it's required. I don't know. Don't even show up to the games, man.
As soon as Mark Davis said Josh McDaniels is doing a fantastic job, that's when I got out. I'm done with Mark Davis. I'm done giving him chances. I'm done giving a shit. You don't know what you're doing, and it shows. You don't know what you're doing, and it shows. Please go away so that this team can improve. Anyway.
Well, Roger Goodell, you have money.
He can't buy the team. He can't buy
retire and buy the team, Roger.
Yeah,
look,
he can't buy the
look
team.
Where I'm at, man. My dog is constantly worried about my mental well-being. Look at this. Look at this. He is worried about my mental well-being.
Anything else?
What are we objectively wrong about?
Probably the Raiders. Nah.
I mean, I swear to God, I hope to everything in the world that we are currently objectively wrong about the Raiders. like there we go.
What are we objectively wrong about?
Oh, you want to do a Thanksgiving special? Because
I was about to do that. Go ahead.
I have so many things wrong to say about Thanksgiving.
Do one quick.
All right. Thanksgiving's the best holiday. Christmas sucks. Okay, Christmas is so much pressure.
That's not even, hold on, excuse me. That's not a Thanksgiving hot take. What do you
wait? No, that's a hot take. I've tried this out.
It's a hot take, but do it during Christmas. What are you doing?
I've just talked this people. Thanksgiving is the best holiday. 4th of July is the worst holiday.
4th of July is definitely the worst holiday. Yeah. Of the major holidays, that's the worst one.
Yeah, listen, all of you guys, you're all annoying. You know who you are. You're all super annoying.
If I have to look at one more picture of somebody riding a raft in a river with a stupid hat on, I'm just gonna turn social media off. You know who you are, people from Montana. I don't know. Montana seems nice. Certain parts of it look nice. The Big Sky State.
Do you have anything else? Oh yeah, giant hams. Come on.
who's you know what though? My mom makes a roast for Christmas. That shit's banging. I mean, it's just good. Italian Christmas is different though. It's like fish and shit. A lot of stuff. All right, that's it for the week. We'll be back with you guys in 2 weeks. We'll be much heavier by then, and hopefully by then the Raiders win something. Do we even want them to win anymore? No, right?
No.
All right. Hopefully the Raiders lose out.
First pick.
David Putney.
No.
Vontae Mack, Rip Chadwick Boseman. We'll see you guys. And by the way, on the Chadwick Boseman topic, go see Black Panther.
We will.
Even if you haven't, I've already seen it. Even if you haven't been in the MCU before, go see Black Panther.
By the way, I'm going to watch Thor tomorrow.
You still haven't seen it?
No, I still haven't seen it. It's on Disney Plus now.
What are you missing?
A Thor and She-Hulk.
You get through them.
Okay.
Get through them. Well, I'm not saying that because you need them, but get through them. You might as well. There's no reason not. She-Hulk's a quick watch. She-Hulk's not that long. It's a pretty quick watch. All the episodes are pretty short. What are you doing here? I'm going to go.
I am currently, by the way, getting the mental help I need after this episode we just went through.
Oh, good. Guys, talk to you in 2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.